Chapter 6. Agron and Apollyon meet again. When Titania woke up, her vision blurred as she began to focus on Agron's face. Then Agron asked her in Zalshuran, "How are you feeling?" Titania then rubs her eyes and groans, "I don't know what happened to me." "Well, as far as the doctor sees it, you were hit with multiple rifle rounds, seeing how the bullets went straight through you." Agron then attempted to remove bandages on Titania's wings as she winced in pain from her torn flesh. Agron then says to her, "You may not want to use your wings for a while until your wounds heal. The bullets also broke some of the bones in your wings, so you won't be able to fly for quite some time, even with physical therapy." Titania then huffs as she gives a sad expression. "Well, and I guess I'm not going to be much of a fairy for a while. Do you know by any chance that I can go home?" Agron then reassures her, "You can go home as soon as the doctor says you can go. By any chance, could you tell me your name?" Titania then painfully curtsies. "I'm Her Royal Highness, Princess Titania, and who might you be, young man?" Agron then crossed his arms. "I'm just a regular guy trying to make his way in the universe. I never thought I'd run into a princess today, but I guess I did. By any chance, can you tell me what kingdom you're from, because it obviously isn't Zalshura?" "I'm from the Void Kingdom, and if I don't get back soon, my father is going to be not happy with me." "Unhappy with you needing medical attention and doing some traveling on your own? What an asshole." Titania then scrunched her face as she said, "That's not how you address royalty, especially my father who is a good king." Agron then chuckles. "Who honestly cares how I address your father outside his own kingdom? Are you so arrogant like the Zalshurans who walked into my kingdom like it was theirs?" Titania then paused before huffing. "No, I actually see myself as quite humbling, seeing how low you are in wealth compared to me." Agron then remarks, "Stop it. If you start acting like entitled because you're a princess, you're just going to make me start sympathizing with the Zalshurans who abolished royalty on this side of the planet. And I hate agreeing with Zalshurans." Titania then puts her hands on her hips and asks, "What do you have against us royals anyway?" "Nothing against your heady kind other than your arrogance and acting like you're better than the rest of us who actually do all the heavy lifting." "But we are better than you. It's our divine right to rule over peasants like yourself. Think of it. Without us educated nobles to run your lives, you ignorant peasants will live in constant turmoil and despair. It's therefore good for us to run your lives, as you are too stupid to run your own lives." Agron then grins as he said close to Titania's face, "Tell that to the doctor that just saved your life. Without regulars like us, you would have died a few hours ago." Artemis then stirs awake as she mutters, "Wow, I feel like I was just hit by a train." The doctor then helps Artemis recover as the healing drugs are beginning to wear off. Meanwhile, Apollyon was roaming through Agron's neighborhood looking for his sister and Titania as he comes across Agron's den carrying a bounty for a rebel named Agron Drakavasilia for 4,000 Zalshuran dollars dead and 49,000 alive as he straightens his cowboy hat and gun belt. Then he knocks on his door as Tatsu comes out to greet him. Then Apollyon asks, "Have you seen these two young ladies?" while showing her a photograph of Titania and Artemis. Tatsu then replies, "Of course, let me bring them out right now." Tatsu then summons Agron, Titania, and Artemis to the front porch as Apollyon pulls out his .357 Magnum revolver and cocks the hammer back. Then Apollyon says to Agron, "Now listen to me closely, Dragon Boy. You hand over my sister and that fairy and keep this quiet, and no one gets hurt. Understand?" Agron then throws his hands up in the air as he replies, "Sure, you could take these two. The quicker you get this fairy out of here, the better. I'm sick of her brattiness." Apollyon then flicks his revolver as he says, "And hand her over." Agron then hands Titania and Artemis over to Apollyon, keeps his revolver pointed at Agron. Agron then notices that Apollyon's revolver was still pointed at him as he asked with the dragon magic flowing from himself, "Are you threatening me, Zalshuran?" Apollyon then replies, Well, there are two kinds of people in this world. Those with guns and those that dig their own graves, and I think we both know which one you and I are. Apollyon then shows his Zalshuran bounty hunter badge with the reward for capturing the rebel Agron Dracophysilia alive. Apollyon then says, I've got a bounty for a rebel that looks just like you. Now, you've got a choice to make. You can turn yourself in, or I'm going to turn you in with 6 holes in your chest. Artemis then steps in front of Apollyon's revolver and says, Brother, forget about the bounty and spare his life. After all, he saved mine when he took me in, and it's only fair you spare his life as well. Apollyon then pushes his half-sister to the side and says, You got 10 seconds to make a decision before I make one for you, as a tumbleweed rolled between them. Agron then uses his dragon magic to transform into a bipedal fire dragon as Apollyon says, Then it's high noon, as he fired 6 shots into Agron's chest. However, Agron's dragon skills are so strong that the bullets shatter on impact. Then Agron throws a fire fist towards Apollion's face, but Apollyon dodges it and loads another cylinder, except with armor-piercing full metal jackets. But before Apollyon could fire 6 more shots, Agron knocked the gun out of Apollyon's hand and severely mauls him while pinning him to the ground. Then Agron transforms back into his regular form as Artemis runs to Apollyon's aid. She attempts to heal him, but her magic is too weak. While Artemis rushed to her starship, she looked Apollyon up to a life support machine as she was punching in the FTL coordinates to return to the Void Kingdom. And after returning to Azrael's castle, she pounds on Dr. Kitsune's door and frantically demands, I need your help right now. If you don't save my brother right now, he will die. Dr. Kitsune then immediately uses his ethereal magic to levitate Apollyon and put him on the operating table to begin the operation.